Today I'm going to be showing you how I make flare shorts, and I am in love with these shorts. They're so comfortable and super cheeky. Also, I do want to mention that there's two ways to make these shorts using the same pattern. One is non-reversible and the other way is reversible. And in this video, I'll be showing you how to make them non-reversible, but I'll leave the link in the description box to the video where I show you how to make them reversible. And without further ado, we can go ahead and get started. The first thing I'll do is list out the materials that we'll need. A sewing machine, a serger. If you don't have a serger, I'll leave a link in the description box to the video that I made showing you how to use a sewing machine instead. Thread, fabric weights, rotary cutter, a small safety pin. I'm using a 1/4 inch cotton elastic, but you can use any type of elastic. And I just measured the elastic around my waist. You want it to be snug but not too tight. Fabric scissors, pins and or sewing clips, a pattern, and I have my pattern listed in the description box below if you want to follow along exactly, and fabric. I'm using stretch velvet today, but you can use any knit fabric. You should have a front piece and a back piece of the pattern, and we're going to cut out 2 front pieces and 2 back pieces of the fabric. And to differentiate between the front pieces and the back pieces, I like to use a pink clip for the front pieces and a blue clip for the back pieces. And I do this because the front pieces and the back pieces look so similar. So here I have the 2 front pieces and the 2 back pieces, and I'm just going to turn the matching pieces so that right sides are facing. And then I'm just going to serge along this curved edge for the front pieces and the back pieces. And here's what those pieces will look like after I serge that edge. And next, I'll just open up both pieces and place them so that right sides are facing. Align both sides as well as the crotch, and then serge these 3 edges together. So serge the crotch and the 2 sides together. This is what the piece will look like after I serge those edges. With your piece still inside out, fold the top edge down about 3/8 of an inch and pin it down all the way around. Use your sewing machine to zigzag stitch all the way around in order to create a tunnel for the 1/4 inch elastic. So make sure that you are leaving enough room for the 1/4 inch elastic to be able to slide through the tunnel. Also, leave an opening about 1 inch or so wide for us to be able to put the elastic through. And this is what it should look like after you sew the tunnel down. And as you could see, I left about 1 inch open. And next I'm going to grab my safety pin and my elastic, and I'll attach the safety pin onto one end of the elastic. Starting at the hole that I kept open, I'll start feeding it through the tunnel until I reach the other side of the hole. And next, I can take the safety pin off and pin the ends of the elastic together. And then backstitch a few times with the zigzag stitch to attach the ends of the elastic. In order to isolate the elastic from the fabric, you may need to pull on it a bit so that you're sewing on just the elastic and not the fabric. And this is what it'll look like when the elastic is sewn together. You can tug on the shorts a bit to even out the elastic and make sure it's tucked in, and then zigzag stitch over that opening that you left. And then you're completely finished with the tunnel and attaching the elastic. And next we'll fold the edges of the leg openings in about 1/4 of an inch and pin them down. And once you finish pinning, you can zigzag stitch directly on top all the way around. And then you'll do the same thing for the other leg opening. And this is what it'll look like after you finish up both leg openings. And once you're finished with that, you're completely done with these flare shorts, and I am so in love with these, like I mentioned in the beginning. And if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know in the comments below.